didn't see you there. Well, since you're here, how about we make something? Today, we'll be making a pinch cup and saucer. Let's gather our supplies. So the materials that you'll need are a needle tool, 3 balls of clay, and a damp sponge. So the 2 balls of clay will be for the cup and saucer, and the little one will be for the handle. The needle tool will be to score, and the damp sponge will be to attach and to perfect anything you like. So we'll start with our first ball. Just poke a hole in it, just like that, and this will become our cup. What I like to do is kind of squish my hand over it so it becomes more of a cylinder shape instead of just a ball with a hole in it. So you're going to place one hand on the bottom, and then the other one you're going to put your thumb inside the hole and start pinching from the base, rotating and moving upward. You want to make sure that the pressure is going to be even and that you don't want to push too hard because then the walls will become too thin too fast. You don't want to push too soft because then the clay won't move anywhere. You're going to continue rotating while still leaving a little bit of extra clay on the bottom where you're turning it. Just like that. So that's a rough shape. So now I'm going to make sure that the walls are even and perfect the shape a little bit by pinching from the base all the way up to the rim. Now you still want to leave the extra clay on the bottom because we're going to put a little foot on it later. So just pinch away, and from here you can kind of see what kind of shape you want, and you can start pinching into the shape that you want. It can be a little more circular, kind of like a triangle, whatever shape you want. So now we're going to do the foot. So put your thumb in the center like that inside and use your finger, put a little indent to get the foot started. Then you're going to pinch the foot kind of all around, just like that. And right here we're kind of mimicking trimming a foot on a wheel thrown bowl or cup. This time we're going to be pinching out. So just pinch, 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 just like that. And then whatever clay you find extra at the transition from the foot to the cup, just kind of pinch it and you'll have a rough shape like that. Kind of pinch at the rim, and there you go. So we're going to set that aside, and we're going to grab the other ball of clay for our saucer. So I like to start it by squishing it like that, and starting with my thumb and my index finger, starting at the middle and pinching and twisting, rotating out. You want to make sure that you're not pushing too hard, again, because it can get very thin. You want to make sure that the pressure is always even, so that way it's going to be easier to handle. The weight's going to be distributed a lot better that way, and you're going to get a more circular shape instead of an oblong or square. But if you want a square or triangle or whatever shape, you can do that too. I just want it to be a circle. So there we go. Now I'm thinking that I want a little indentation so that the foot can fit inside the saucer. So I'm just going to apply light pressure on the center, just like that, and just a slight indent. It looks like I'm applying a lot of pressure, but I'm really not. It's going to be a super slight indentation so that it can kind of fit in there. And you don't want to make this part too thin because you'll get uneven drying and it can cause cracking and other stuff. So set that aside, and now we're going to grab the small ball for our handle. So just roll it in between your hands like so, making like a little worm. And since it's been sitting out for a while, you might find that there's some cracking and dry spots on your clay. Just wet your hand, dampen it, and then roll it in between your fingers, and you'll find that the clay is nice and soft again. I found that there's too much clay, so I'm going to cut it in half, roll it again, and now I'm going to start thinking about the shape that I want the handle to be for this teacup. So I always opt for a nice little simple circular handle. I think they're funky, I think they're easy, they're cute, and my little finger can fit in them. So I'm going to dampen both contact points where I'm going to join them, get the needle tool, and just score dampen again, and put them together like so. At this point, I'm going to dampen and score the place where I'm going to attach it to the wall of the teacup. So we're going to set that aside. And then now I'm going to find a spot where you want to attach your handle. So I want it right there. I'm going to score it like so. Dampen it with a little bit of water from the sponge. Score it again. You can never be too sure how much scoring you have. And grab your handle and attach it. You want to make sure you're bracing the inside of the wall of the cup so that way it doesn't get super duper wonky and you get a nice firm attachment. There you go. And here is a fired and glazed cup of saucer. It's a little different, but you get the gist of it.
So let's get to work, class.